Hello, hi, welcome to another week playing the Art of Rally here. It is April the 20th. It is a Tuesday when I'm recording this. Usually I record these on a Monday, but I'm kind of running behind schedule this week because of something else I've got in the works. When I'm ready to announce that, I probably will. Our Polaroids here in our main menu could do a little work, but that's because the way the Polaroids in the main menu work is that they pull from your screenshot folder if you have screenshots in there, and because I put the cars to the right of the frame, because in my YouTube thumbnails all of the names and dates are on the left hand side, it throws off the centering. So in case you're wondering why that is, that's why. Anyway, we're going to dive into the weekly event here, as we do every week. Every Wednesday here on the channel. First thing first, as we always do, we're going to look at last week's leaderboard. Finished in the top 100, we finished 97th. A 1 minute 45 behind the leader, the 13:54. Top 40% though, that's not bad. That is certainly not bad. Quite tight at the top, 31 seconds separate the top 10. Which, for a rally, that's pretty impressive. Okay, looks like we've got a pretty quick one here. Sardinia, 4.7 miles, 2.5, and I can't remember the other two. They just went away so fast. Alright, what are we driving here? It looks like a... It looks like the Peugeot 405 Dakar car. Yeah, it's definitely the 405. It looks like a Peugeot. It sounds like a Peugeot. It acts like a Peugeot. It's too fast to be an actual Peugeot. I mean, unless it's a 205. But, certainly outside of their LMP cars, they haven't made a car quite as fast as this in some time. Certainly not any of the road going vehicles, I can tell you that for sure. But yeah, I got a little something in the works that'll be streaming on Twitch Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9 PM GMT. It'll be starting sometime in June, but I'm not quite ready to announce what that is just yet. It will be announced in due course. I'm actually in a rare act of me paying for something on the channel that isn't just the game itself. I'm actually commissioning a channel trailer for the game that I'm going to be playing. So that's really fun. It's really exciting. It's a process that I've enjoyed being a part of, just because a friend of the channel, DJ Red Dwarf, who's doing it for us, is a tremendous guy to work for. He's a good friend of the channel. He pops by our live streams from time to time, as we do to him. And it's been just a pleasure working with him, because we are on we're on the same page for the most part, in terms of ideas and how to cut things and how to get things looking. I feel like the feedback that I've been providing has been thorough enough to the point where it's useful for him to take that and be able to do something with it, and actually construct meaningful change in terms of what we're able to do. So that's always good. And honestly, the rough drafts that he sent me at the minute is just absolutely knocking the damn thing out of the park. I really can't wait for you to see it, because it's gonna be a great trailer, that I know for certain. The game, I'm a little bit nervous playing it, because I've tried playing this game before and I wasn't really good at it back then. I never finished it. It's been sitting in my backlog for a couple of years. And I was like, okay, it's finally time to play this game. I'm gonna play it on stream, which means I basically have exterior forces that are making me commit to both playing and completing this game. So I can't just get like a couple of stages in like I did last time and then just like, oh, shiny, new game's out, and then toss it and leave it by the wayside. No, this is me actually committing to completing a game on stream start to finish at some point in this calendar year. Because a lot of the stuff we play is like very session-based games like Fall Guys, or like open world stuff that doesn't have a defined start and end. So that's what makes this very interesting, is that I don't really play a lot of story games on the channel. Either way though, it's gonna be great, it's gonna be exciting. I can't wait to finally sink my teeth into it properly this time. And I think you, the viewers, are gonna have a good time with it also. Top 30% so far. Pretty dang good. We're about halfway through this rally already. We're barely even going 10 minutes here. Repairs? We don't need any repairs. In this house, we don't clean our car between stages. Absolutely not. We haven't incurred any time penalties or made any major mistakes at all yet, so far so good. I know there's one corner in the Sardinia area that will pull you back and give you a time penalty if you try to cut it, and I'm trying my best not to cut any corners just in case we happen to hit it. I would really like this to be, you know, a clean rally. So, you know, fingers crossed we can pull something off here. In terms of our time, it's so far so good. Particularly like because we usually record on a Monday, and even then we're still only in the top 40th or 50th percentile of times. So that we're a day and a half into the leaderboard and I'm in the top 30%. I'm low-key a little bit impressed with myself, as it does give me the kind of perhaps maybe a false positive feedback to the point that I can say, hey, maybe I am getting better at this game. It's certainly not from memorizing the tracks, because every so often I have to remind myself that this isn't a procedurally generated game. Even though it has like, it certainly has the feel of a game that may have a bit of proc gen in it, but this isn't it. This is just me just generally getting better at the game. Perhaps against my own knowledge and my own, you know, effort. Almost clipped the corner of that building right there. That would have been a travesty. We are 3 out of 4 stages through right now, without a mistake. We're still in the top 30th percentile. Let's just send it through this final stage. 3.7 miles to the finish. Let's give it our all and try and see how far up the leaderboard we finish. Of course, we won't be able to check the leaderboard properly until next week, but we can certainly go in here and, you know, leave ourselves a good impression. I'll be genuinely surprised if we finish within a minute of the leaders. I'm expecting anywhere between 60 and 90 seconds, but if I'm within a minute of the leaders, I'm doing exceptionally, abnormally well. And there's something seriously going on. Whoa, that's quite possibly our first mistake there. We didn't hit anything, granted, but we did have to come to an almost complete standstill in order to correct ourselves, and that's It's certainly not going to get you too far up the leaderboards by, you know, coming to almost a complete stop in the middle of a rally. Alright. That's our first mistake. You're lucky we didn't get as punished as we probably should have by that. But it is definitely going to affect our time. I wasn't even thinking about not making the mistake until I brought it up, and then I manifested myself into a self-fulfilling prophecy. And that's just kind of super disappointing. That's far too soft going through there. Slowed down way too hard. And now that I've made one mistake, I'm just constantly on edge because I'm like, okay, well, what if I make another one? That's the fear. That's the fear when you're playing these games. You know, you make one mistake and then you get into your own head. It's much like golf on the channel as well. You know, you have like one bad hole, you're just like, oh, it's nothing, I can brush it off. You have two bad holes, it's like, oh god, no, this is my entire round ruined. And then it's just you versus your own head for like the next 25 to 30 minutes. Luckily enough, rallying kind of forces you to play second by second, so that you're not battling against yourself over an extended period of time. Stages come and go pretty quickly, so you know you don't have time to dwell on the mistakes, you're already moving on. That I'm surprised I managed to clock me in over the finish, and we are top 35%. So not as great as I would like to be. Currently 68 seconds behind. I'm slightly ahead of Callum OB, so I'm not the worst scoring Irish person on the leaderboard. Myth and Bobby Colonoscopy. Right up there at the top again. Easily, probably the two best players in this game. Anyway, that's going to do it for me for this week. Hope you enjoyed the video, hope you enjoyed the little channel update. And we'll see you next week for another for another weekly rally and to check final scoreboards here and see how we done. Hopefully we stay in the top 100, and I'll see you then to find out. Have a good one.